Players making their way out into the ice shed for draw number 4 of the 19th annual Carosella Bonspiel. Here from the Schenectady Curling Club in Schenectady, New York. Once again, my name is Hugh, and I'm very happy to be bringing you the action here today. Just 2 matches in this draw on sheets 1 and sheet 4. On sheet number 1, we've got the Big Wheel Peelers versus Curl On Down. Big Wheel Peelers in the red. And on sheet number 4, we've got Team Januszewski versus Actual Retail Ice. We're going to be moving the camera setup here because our setup is only for sheet 3, but there's no match on sheet 3 because of the way that the draws were set up. So we'll be working on sheet 4, which is the one that you can kind of see off to the side towards the wall from sheet 3. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap of the standings. Pool B and Pool C have each played 2 matches. Pool A have only played 1. As it stands right now, Curl On Down and Team Januszewski are tied with 1 win apiece. Big Wheel Peelers and Actual Retail Ice yet to get on the win column. In Pool B, the Vice is Right and the Cliffhangers, both at 2-0, and Sweeping Beauties and $1 retail price at 0-2. And in Pool C, Come On Down Rink is 2-0. Team Dollins is 0-2. Rolling Stones and Hole in 1 or 4 are both tied at 1-1. So then, the handshakes being exchanged here. The good curlings to be had. This is the view that we'll be offering you here today. I'll be doing my best to paint a picture of what is in between and unseen. We do not have the overhead cameras for this sheet set up into the computer. We have them on monitors here in-house, but we do not have an actual feed into the computer for any sheets other than sheet 3. So for that, we apologize. Just as a reminder, it is going to be Team Januszewski in the red and Actual Retail Ice in the yellow. I see a red stone in the hack, which would indicate Actual Retail Ice has the hammer here in the first end. So let's get underway here. The skips making their way down to the other end of the ice. Actual Retail Ice, some of their members continuing the red and black flannel plaid from last night. But a couple have changed out into different clothing. Not quite the same great color coordination as before. Now here's the first stone being played in this match. They're sweeping it pretty hard from the start here. And since when the ice was repebbled, it has certainly slowed down here. They're sweeping it really hard. Gonna come across the center line here just about. Good guard about halfway in between the hog line and the top of the 12-foot circle. And Muller wants this one. Top of the 8-foot circle here, just behind that red guard. Both of these teams here curling out of the Schenectady Curling Club. And on sheet 1, we've got Cape Cod versus Albany. And this one's coming in now. Gonna come around that guard. It's gonna go a little deeper than they would have hoped. Might get swept out. Should end up around the back of the 4-foot circle. Certainly a good shot And they want this one right on the button here. Right in front of it. This is Kathy Brown. They are sweeping this one really hard. Another one that's starting to come up short. Not quite getting the weight right here in this first end. But this sweeping is actually going to result in a pretty good shot here. They brought this one all the way. They're going to get off of it. It's just going to tap that yellow. Do a little bit of a bump. And now going for another one, curling around. Bit of an issue with the ice. They're figuring it out. Hopefully it does not become an issue when play moves to this side of the sheet in the second end. Here's Freiling now. This one's away. They are sweeping it here. Let's see, they're trying to get the takeout on that red stone in the house. And that is going to hit it pretty nose on. And their shot will just slide a little bit and get hidden by that guard. Now this is Paul Lancaster. Her first one here in this matchup. They are not sweeping it at all. As it gets up to the hog line. It's got to curl, and it's got to stop. And I don't think it's doing a whole lot of stopping. Muller's just going to sweep this one out here. We'll end up towards the back of the 12-foot, still in the house. But unfortunately, kind of protecting that Yellowstone almost from getting knocked out the back. Now this is Sarah Plummer for actual retail ice. They are not sweeping this one. They are leaving it. It is well wide. No point in wasting yourselves. As it goes all the way through. Now let's see what the shot is played here. What shot they want. And they want this one right on the button. Coming up against that yellow stone in the 4-foot circle. The lefty steps out. This is looking like a pretty decent weight right now, especially with how slow it starts. One's coming up here. Got to curl. A little heavy. And that will take the thrown rock out of play, but the other one will remain in there. Could be worse. They are sweeping this stone. Not anymore. Needs to curl. Not in a very good position right now. And a lot of shots wide here early in this first end. Get to see a lot of stones really in good positions. They're going to try and get this one on the button again. Very certain in that shot. And rock is away now. A bit of outturn on this one. They're sweeping this one hard. They really want to make sure that this does not hit that guard. Or maybe they wanted to hit the guard. It's going to go just wide. Bump it. They've got 2 guards for the 2 yellow stones, which is not really what they had hoped for. Very wide angle now. Rock is away. It is seeming to be a little heavy. They're sweeping it now. Where is this one going to end up? This might hit that yellow. It does hit the yellow. But they still have 2 rocks in the house now. Now this one is a lot softer than the other ones. This one is definitely going to need to be swept, and they are sweeping it hard. They're going to be sweeping it hard the whole way. This one is just going to come in contact with that guard. Might get it into the house. Not quite. Now Muller wants this one at the top of the house. Playing a very, very wide angle here. A lot of ice being shown. Point Delcetti. Let's see. They're sweeping this one. It's got to come in. Also needs to get there. This is not the weight that they were hoping for at all. It is across the hog line. I think they will be okay with that shot. Talking about the line here, trying to figure out what shot they want to play. All right. They've decided on a line. Now let's get ready to see some skip rocks here. Each team with just 2 to play in this first end out of 8. No score just yet. Caitlin Januszewski skipping her team. Another lefty. Rock is out. They are sweeping it. They are sweeping it the whole way here, trying to get it. They've gone off it now. They needed to go. This is tracking. This is certainly tracking to get those 2 yellows. It just curled over a little too much to prevent that 1 yellow from hitting the other, but still, they've taken one out of play and are now sitting with the shot rock here. That is not a bad effort there for Caitlin. Megan Muller now down the ice, getting ready to throw her first rock here in this match. This is the second of 4 draws to be played today. The 4th draw overall. We had 2 last night. Total of 6 draws in pool play as this rock is away. No sweeping just yet. And they are now sweeping it here. This one is tracking pretty well. Let's see how it ends up. Hits the red, hits the yellow, hits the red in the back, out of play. Having discussions about the ice here. Perhaps there's something going on here. See if we can get our on-ice reporter to come give us a bit of a report on that. But at any rate, Januszewski's second here. Her final stone of the first end. Very smooth delivery. Very little handle. This is a pretty good takeout here. That's got to curl. Certainly has to curl here. It's looking like it is. It's tracking pretty well. Got to curl just a little more. That'll hit the yellow. That'll hit the yellow out of the back. Now that is red sitting 2 points. 1 rock remaining in this first end belonging to Megan Muller of Actual Retail Ice. All right. The last rock of the first end. Just trying to get a little bit more ice in the line here. He's ready. Pushes out of the hack. Pretty strong takeout here. No sweeping just yet. Sweeping it hard. Off now, trying to make sure it gets around this guard here in the front. And it is. And it looks like it's going to track and hit that red stone pretty well here. And that'll be 1 point to Actual Retail Ice. They strike first with a hammer. After 1, Actual Retail Ice 1, Team Januszewski, no score. From the Schenectady Curling Club. Starting off N2 here. Muller's brush right at the edge of the 8-foot. And let's see the delivery now. No sweeping thus far. Muller is calling them off. This has plenty of weight. I think this one might be all the way through the house. Indeed, there it goes. Now the first rock here for Januszewski's team. Kathy Brown delivers it here. They are sweeping it very hard. Very hard sweeping here. This one not weighted properly. This one might not reach the hog line. They're sweeping their hearts out, but this one will just come up short, and they'll pull it out of play here. So no rocks in play after the first set of stones for either team. Back now to Meg Frowling. Her second here. This one seems to be a little better weight. They are sweeping it both. Muller is calling them off. Sweeping now. Both. They're in disagreement as to where they want this to end up. This one will be about top of the 12-foot circle, maybe top of the 8, top of the 4 even. Rolled out a whole long way. Now they're going to try and play a takeout here. All right, they're sweeping this one hard. Need to make sure they get it there. Muller's getting ready to come and sweep this one out. This one's going to miss. And it's gone. Missed an opportunity there. For certain. And they want this one right in the 12-foot circle. Tony's away. No sweeping. Muller does not want them to sweep this one at all. Just cleaning it. They're just going to watch this one die right on their other rock. Very good. Both of them biting the 4-foot. That is a very delicate shot. Well played. Team Januszewski going to respond here. We've got some sweeping on the inside here. Trying to prevent the curl. This one could be over curling. They don't want it to curl too much. It'll hit the front stone. Put that out of play. Leaving the other one still. And they're going to play one up at the top of the 12-foot circle here, just on the TV line. Or perhaps they're going to play it behind. Yes, they're going to play for the draw into the 4-foot circle here. Stone is away. No sweeping. Yes, they are sweeping now. This one looks like it's going to slow down too much to be a good, effective draw here. This one will come to rest probably a foot to the right of the center line. Up the 12-foot circle, just short. Not the shot they wanted to play there. Now they're just going to throw the takeout here on the Yellowstone in the house is Team Janicki. Interesting to see. And they hit this shot. There have been a lot of missed takeouts so far. No touching. You need it to curl. That was played wide. Needs to curl. I'm not sure it will with how heavy it is. Trying to directional sweep to promote the curl. And they get it. Just barely going wide. I knew it was thrown wide from the start, and it's unfortunate that they could not get it to come in. And they're going to throw this one to that same spot they tried to last time. The 12-foot circle a little bit off to the side. And a little bit of sweeping going on here. This one needs to curl. We're trying to promote the curl with the sweeping. Now both are on it here. That one just came up short. The line has been given here. Let's see how it ends up. That is okay for now. Let's see. This skirts by. Hits that Yellowstone in the house. Takes both of them out. An effective peel. They're not touching this one. This one needs to do something. It's going to split it right down the middle, it would seem. Well, it does just nick that red stone. 2 peels in a row here. Next stone is on its way. And this one is well wide, well long. Not the desired shot there. Good discussion going on here. Trying to play a draw shot in behind this guard. Try and have it land on the center line. And the higher up they can get this rock, the better. They really want to have it try bury it in behind that guard without giving, too much of a good double opportunity. So here we go. No sweeping just yet. They're starting to go. Just on the inside. A little heavy there. A lot of sweeping on the inside here. Trying to perhaps have it nick. And it does. And I think both of them might end up in the house. That first one might be in, might not be in. It's hard to tell from this angle. Very few shots remaining here in this second end. Maybe the first one then for Caitlin. See what she can do. Going for the draw, it would seem. Playing into the home end of the ice, this end. This Schenectady versus Schenectady matchup. We had one earlier in the 8:30 a.m. draw, and we have another one here in the 11 a.m. draw. The next draw after this will take place at 2 p.m. Leave us time to scrape the ice. Going his away. A lot of sweeping from the outside, trying to promote the curl. This one is tracking pretty well. It's got to come down. It's got to slow down here a little bit. Might get swept out the back if they're not careful. Trying very hard to sweep this out, and it looks like they just might have gotten it out. That is a great sweeping job. They will take the stone out of play. Just one stone remaining on each side. Scheduled to end around 12 o'clock. Excuse me, 1 o'clock rather. And there'll be a more extended break for lunch while the ice crew does reworking the ice a little bit. We did have our field reporter Josh go down there and determine that there appeared to be some bit of divoting in the ice that players are a little concerned about. Hasn't seemed to affect anything thus far, but something to note. I played a little more inside this time. About 6 inches inside of the previous line. We'll have to see how this one ends up. This one might be a touch heavy. They're starting to sweep it now. It might start to come down significantly here. It's only the second end. I think this could hit their guard if they're not careful here. And this one will come in, hit that guard, both now in the house. So now it is yellow sitting 3, red without a single stone in play. They do have the hammer here, so they can just try and play some sort of shot. Get them inside of those yellow stones. Not an easy shot by any means. And with a very poor... a lot... If it is not a good shot, then it will not be good, because then that would be 4-0 advantage after only 2 ends for actual retail ice. We'll have to see how this one ends up here. Caitlin pushes out of the hack. Here's her spot. Here's her shot. Sweeping it hard from the outside. Both are on it now. They've gotten off of it. Back on. I'm trying to figure it out here. Where is this one going to go? It'll bump. But that one will just roll out. I believe that is 2 to yellow. So then, after 2 ends, it is actual retail ice 3. Team Januszewski, no score. And 2 of 8 here from the Schenectady Curling Club. Right back into it here. First stone being thrown. Oh, is this one gonna settle? You're just gonna watch it go. I'll land about top of the 8-foot circle. Well, I'll roll out to the 4. A little higher than they would have, a little deeper than they would have hoped, but I think they'll be okay with that. They're sweeping this one early here. Trying to make sure that it gets there. This one will roll past the TV line here. Corner guard. Wanting this one in the top of the house. Trying to figure out which side to play it from here. Going to end up playing it from the left, so it will be an in-turn then for Frowling. Interesting, picking the side where the blocker is on. That guard up there. They are sweeping this one a little bit here. Yes, they are sweeping. Distance is a concern. They want to get it to the top of the 12-foot circle. And this right now does not have that weight. That will be past the last dot, but not quite as much as they would have hoped on it. The good news is still that they have successfully hidden that rock in the house. It is lined up about perfectly from my angle here, and from the overhead view that we are afforded here in-house. This rock is out. It's going to go right through here, I think. Might hang out in the house. Could probably stay in, I think. Very good sweeping effort from Muller. We'll get that one no longer biting. Still in play, but not in the house. Wants this one again, top of the house. A little bit on the corner. They're trying very hard to get these rocks in the top of the house. They haven't quite landed on one just yet. Let's see if Lancaster can, Plummer can deliver here. Plenty of weight. They're not going to touch it. Got a curl. It's going to hit that guard, it would appear. I will hit the guard, and the guard I don't think will end up in the house. No. And that is still just the one in favor of actual retail ice at this time. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they actually had to move that one out of play. Free guard zone. That was the 5th rock. So they have to take that one out of play and then replace the old one. So that is definitely a misfire there. Here we are on this next rock. They're probably going to try and hide this one in on the left side of the ice. Get that one in the house. Well guarded. They're running after it now. No sweeping just yet, but they're getting ready to. All right. Playing the takeout. They're sweeping hard now. How's this one going to end up? Very nearly a decent double, but both of those rocks will hang out in the house and pretty far away from each other. Needed just a little more weight if they wanted that to really pay off. Now this stone on the way here. The sweepers are going hard on it here. They're trying to get this one into a good location, but it does seem to be a little quick. No, that's slowing down nicely. We'll get swept a little bit once it crosses the T line, but into the 8-foot circle. That is well acceptable there, I'd say. Where do they want this one? They want this one in the 4-foot. No, they've chosen instead for a bit of a takeout here. Control weight for sure. They wanted to hang out after the hit. And here we go. Both sweepers are on it here. How is this one going to end up? They've got to stop it from curling into that guard they've thrown. I think it's just going to hit it. And it has. That red one, that guard did not make it into the house. It is just short of the house. Not a very good result there for them. And now, alert. Trying to think of this one here. What are they looking at here? They're going to play a high guard here. Just clog up that lane in the center. And use those other guards to their advantage to really make it difficult to get rocks into the house. And make the prospect of a promotion difficult. And sweeping on the inside. Just the inside for now. Trying to prevent the curl. They've stopped at this point. This one is looking a little heavy here. This one's going to end up in the house. Going to curl and end up right on that left rock. All right, they want. Got the line ready. Let's see. No sweeping yet. How's this one going to do here? They're going to try and get it around the guard. It will hit the guard. Both rocks will end up in the house. None of them in a scoring position. Still either 2 or 3 in favor of actual retail ice. as we see it from our overhead view. Rock being played to the top of the 12-foot here. Muller is making that call. No sweeping yet. They are on it. Both of them are on it. This one is looking very light here. This is certainly asked for a guard, but is it too light of a guard? No, it's there. They don't need to be on it anymore, I don't think. They don't want it to overcurl too far past the center line here, because now that's not a very useful position with it right up against that red rock. I don't know. Straight into it then. Sweeping from the outside. Other sweepers trying to catch up here? No. Off it now. Inside sweeping. Both sweepers on now. This one's curling a lot at the end. A whole lot at the end. That curled an unbelievable amount at the end. The crowd is groaning at the fact that that curled like 3 feet in the last 50 feet or so. That really just cut so far to the left. It was looking so good. It was going to track just to the right of that guard, but no. Just went right over. Now we're making our way over to this side of the ice. For her first of the 2 stones she has in this third end. It's just the skip rocks remaining here. Current score 3-0 in favor of her team, Actual Retail Ice. Looking like a draw here. Got to get around that guard up in the front. So they've given her a little bit more ice than typical. That rock being put towards the middle of the 12 foot on the right side. They are sweeping it. Both sweepers on it. Might not have the distance it needs, but with that aggressive of a line, that far outside, you really need it to curl as well. So it is a very delicate situation here for Actual Retail Ice. This one is starting to come up. You need to get it there. They can start sweeping it now. And they have not gotten it to the 12 foot. That is perhaps a misfire there. Perhaps they would be happy to simply take their 3 and call it a day, though. A lot of discussion going on here. Team Januszewski with the hammer, but certainly not in the best situation here. Actual Retail Ice 0-1 and lost last night. Team Januszewski won. That is certainly flipping the script here so far in this one. Curl on down. Certainly looking like a strong team. They do have a 2-0 advantage in the third end. At least one steal there. Caitlin now in the hack. Here she goes. Very smooth delivery there. And how is this one going to end up? They need stones in the house. It's going to be difficult. They're going to try and get the promotion. This one's going to hit that yellow stone. They want the yellow one through. It is through. And that opens up the right side significantly here. I think they're just going to play another block, another guard here. Trying to ensure that there's no way they Caitlin Janicki can reach the house. All are into the hack now. Cleaning the stone. And the ice. Stone is away. It's her last here in this third end. It's got to curl. It's very wide at the moment. The sweepers are at the ready, but they have not been called into action just yet. This one is starting to curl. And it's really starting to slow down as well. This is going to be placed perfectly right in that hole. Maybe a little heavy, but that is exactly what they wanted. It's going to be very difficult. Caitlin Janicki to get that one in. They're going to have to try to promote one of their stones in the middle, you would think. Get the double hit and have their stone get into the 4-foot circle. It's a very tough ask. That's what they're discussing right now. Is that the right play? I think it is. If they hit that front rock head on, maybe a little bit to the left, it would end up hitting the second one right on the nose. And then as long as you have someone ready to sweep it in to the 4-foot circle, they should be scoring here. But that is certainly not an easy shot. All right. So then, this is the final rock of end number 3. Janicki's team down 3-0. Need to find this one inside the 4-foot if they want to score. Rock is on the way. No sweeping to this point. This one needs to curl. It's headed straight for that yellow stone. Could go right in the middle. Could go right in the middle. Just not quite enough curl. And that will be a couple here. For actual retail ice. Looks, by our view, to be 3 points. First rock here in end number 4. This one will end up just on the center line here, maybe just a little bit past it. Yes, indeed. A little bit past the center line. Close to the TV line, but hey, that's a good guard. And I'll be happy with that one.
Like, big time.
Kathy Brown now. They're first in the 4th here. We're waiting on them to put up the score, but we believe that the score is 6-0 in favor of actual retail ice. This one's going to curl over pretty heavy here. Should stay in the house here, yes. We'll get this one about to the tee line. In the corner. I think this is going to be a takeout shot here. We'll see how hard the push out is. Get confirmation. yes, this is certainly a takeout played with plenty of weight. Let's see. Muller's holding them off for now. No sweeping just yet. Sweeping now. Off of it. And they hit it pretty head on. That is a good takeout. Got the job done for sure. Right now, Kathy Brown's second here in the fourth end. Sweeping hard from the start. This one is pretty narrow. They're trying to play the takeout shot here, and they need it to hold its line. They cannot afford any extra curl here. It might go just a little too much, and it does. Right down the center. And they have put it up 6-0 here through 3 ends. The line is all the way to the edge of the 12-foot circle here. No sweeping to this point. About halfway down the ice. They're just going to let this one go. This will probably tap their rock. And they're hoping it stays around. Getting swept. But it should stay, yes. So now they want to freeze this one right up next to the existing stone that was thrown by actual retail ice. Trying to establish precedence in a hitting situation. Is Paul Lancaster. They're sweeping it hard from the start. This was thrown particularly narrow. They really need this one to do something good. It's going to hit that guard. But how is the question? They want it to miss. He's just going to nick it. Prevent that guard from going into the house. It will be taken out of play, the shot that was just thrown. Oh, while it's not completely disastrous, it has blocked off access to that rock in the 4-foot circle a little bit here. Situation. Sweeping from the outside. Both sweepers are on it here. And they're going to go hard now. See how far they can get this to carry. And they're off now just before it reaches the 12-foot circle. Very good situation for actual retail ice. Well, no stones in play for the red team here. Lancaster, her second here in this end, and number 4. They're sweeping this one hard. Don't want this to overcurl and hit one of those. Don't want it to hit that leftward guard right on your screen. And it will. It will hit it pretty head on there. And they have a shot right on the button there. Another one in the 8-foot. And Muller's just going to try and guard that one in the 4-foot by throwing a guard that's just right on the edge of the 12-foot circle in the corner. Also known as a corner guard, if you will. 4 stones remaining on each side here. Rock is away. Just a little bit of cleaning of the stone. It's about halfway down. Just about to come into the hog line here. Just still cleaning it. And really starting to sweep now. It's lost a lot of speed in the last 15 feet. And now, curl over a lot. They're just going to leave it as it is. It's going to come onto the TV line, even with that red stone. And we're looking at a takeout here based on the line given. We'll see how hard she goes out here, but get a judge on where they want this red stone to end up here. No sweeping, no sweeping. It's supposedly pretty wide. They need this one to come in here. It's starting to track. It's starting to track a little bit. Sweeping now, trying to prevent it from hitting that red stone. They'll hit it on the nose. Could be a double here. Stone on the button will be out, and that other stone will remain inside the 8 foot. Not a bad effort by any means. Still sitting 3 in favor of actual retail ice here, though. They're going to throw another guard this time to the other side of the ice to try and close off that lane and prevent any draw opportunities. And force Team Januszewski to try and play more takeouts. They are sweeping this from the start here. Pretty hard sweeping. They don't like the line right now. The distance is not there. Line looks like it's coming in a little much. This one will not even matter. I don't think it's over the hog line. No, it is. He got it there, but not a great guard compared to what guards already are out there on the ice. Januszewski wants this one drawn to the button, as that lane has been left open here. Stone is away here. How is this one going to end up here? Last of the Vice Rocks. This one is seeming like it's way too hard. This one just going to go all the way through here. Unless it hits that yellow stone. It will not. It will roll all the way through. So then just the skip rocks remaining here. Muller likes the line. They'll head on over to the far end of the ice. Engel Muller in the hack here. First of her 2 rocks here in the 4th end. Her team up 6-0 over Team Januszewski here. And they've got another very good situation. 3 rocks in the house to none of the Red Rocks. Trying to play another one in here. And they have started sweeping here just before the hog line. And they've stopped now. They like the weight here. This one looking like it might die at the T-line. That's a little bit past with the sweep. Great shot there. And now the shot to be played. They would love to hit this one with control weight, have it knock the Yellowstone out of the house, and then have this red stone being thrown drift over just a little bit onto the button, and then it'll be guarded pretty well by a couple of guards up on that side. So then, very much needing to get on the board here. It is the 4th end, and they are down 6-0. way things have been trending, it's not looking great. Actual retail ice have scored 1, 2, and 3 in each of the first 3 ends. It's the 4th end, and they are sitting 4 right now. See if they can continue that trend, make it 10-0 here through 4. Then maybe 15-0, 21-0, and at that point, our scoreboard doesn't go far enough. They're sweeping this one very hard. They've gotten off now. They need this one to hit just perfectly on the inside of this yellow stone. They need it to come and curl. And it's not curling. It's going to go on the outside. And they do not have the shot rock. Their own rock went a lot further than the rock they just hit. Very close, but not a great effort there. Now they're just going to try and sit this one in about 8 to 12 feet away from the butt, in the 8 and 12 foot zone. The other side of the ice is already plenty guarded. They just want to prevent a whole lot from the other side. We're on sheet 1, excuse me, in the middle of the 4th end. It is currently 2-1 in favor of Curl on Down. Team out of Albany over Big Wheel Peelers out of Cape Cod. And of course, we've got Schenectady versus Schenectady here. Muller's last rock in this 4th end is on the way. No sweeping just yet, but they're getting ready. A little bit of inside sweep here. Try and prevent the curl. Both of them are on it now. Starting to come down in speed quite a bit. They're really working hard now. This one is starting to come down. I don't think they need this one in the house, though. They're still sitting pretty with their 3. They just want to prevent any draw to the house, and that is exactly what they've done. It'll be quite difficult now for Team Januszewski to get a point here. Things are not going their way thus far in this one. Alright, this is the last rock here in the 4th end. Team Januszewski really needs something to go right here. They're down 6-0 after 3 ends. No points scored. They really need to get it going. You need to at least get something on the board here. Last rock on the way. Coming around. They are leaving it right now. This is looking very heavy. Some sweeping now. This one, I think, might hit that block or just thrown. Now come in, but is it gonna curl? No, it is not. It is not gonna curl enough, and that one is out of there. Count it, 3 more on the board for actual retail ice. I'll take a 9-0 lead here through 4. Starting off the 5th end here. 9-0 advantage for the yellow. They're sweeping this one hard from the start. This one not that hard, and they want it land about top of the 12-foot. They are all sweeping this very hard to try and get it there. They've gotten it past the hog line. Be somewhat of a corner guard on the other side of what they had hoped. Now, top 4 here is the plan for Team Januszewski. Let's see if they can deliver. All right, they are sweeping this one too. Lots of early sweeping in this end here. This is theoretically when the ice should be the fastest. But you would think that they'd have it figured out by now, but maybe they're overestimating just how much it's bad up. A great sweeping effort here. That'll get it about right where they want it, curled over just a little bit, but it is hidden behind that guard, so that's a good effort there. And now they want actual retail ice to draw it in behind that red. Basically on the T line here, 4-foot circle. Let's see. This one, no sweeping just yet. This one is coming pretty good. They've started sweeping it now. This one, if they sweep it hard, they could get in past that red rock. It'll just bump it here. Still red rock holding precedence. Caitlin has asked for it to be on the T line in the 4-foot. And the sweepers seem to think that it has more than enough weight on it here. Not touching it just yet. Not sure they will get the opportunity to, as this is also coming pretty wide here because it was thrown so heavy. That one should end up through the house here. And there it goes. Muller's call here is to put it in about that same position. Let's see. No sweeping just yet on this one. We're about halfway down. Oh, starting to get some sweeping from the outside here. Nothing from the inside. Inside sweeper. Just trying to go. They trying to promote the curl here, and also trying to extend its length. This one, they're not going to bury it in behind, but they are going to get it right on the button there. That is a pretty good effort there, for sure. All right. Lancaster, her shot here. Her first in this end. The second for Januszewski. Just cleaning the stone right now, but they're starting to sweep it pretty hard now. Let's see. This one's tracking to be a decent takeout here. If they can get legs, I think it might just bump that left one. It will. Shot rock is the one yellow, but then there are 2 reds in a row before the next yellow, so it'll be interesting here to see if Caitlin can draw up a shot to get rid of that one on the button. And Muller recognizes this and is just going to play a nice guard right in that lane. And they have played this one with good guard weight. They do not need to touch it. Might be a little heavy, actually, for a guard. No sweeping. This one will end up in the house. It might end up through. They're going to try and get it through now. They've gotten it through, so that is now 2 on the button. It was not the shot that they drew up, but I think they will certainly accept that. Now they're sitting 2. Lancaster now. Their second. The last second rock here in this 5th end. We'll be halfway through once this one is finished. Again, 5th end here. It is 9-0 in favor of Actual Retail Ice. They are sweeping this stone very hard, trying to get it to get on the line they need. They've got it off it now. Is it going to come through? Is it going to come past that red? It will. What a good hit. Almost getting the double, but they will certainly take that. I think the yellow is just barely in front, but that is a very good effort. They can play that shot. They can hit the red again, then I think that they will be in a very good spot to get back into this one here. And now Muller's calling for another guard here. Actual Retail Ice just looking to make sure no big numbers go on the scoreboard here against them. A lot of handle on this throw. No sweeping just yet. They're hoping that the handle works in their favor and gives it a lot of curl, but it might be too much. Sweeping now. It gets to the hog line. This is not going to curl enough to be what they want it to be. It will stay in the guard area, but it still leaves that hole wide open if they want to try and take it again. Let's see if they can hit this shot. They can. That will really, really, really put them in a good situation. Let's see. No sweeping just yet. It's looking pretty good to start. They're sweeping hard now. Hard to try and prevent the curl. It's starting to over-curl just a little bit. Can it get through? It's looking really close. Can it get through? It'll just hit the yellow. That's not exactly what they wanted, and now that lane is kind of closed. It'll be difficult to get it in there now. I believe it is still counting 1 in favor of Actual Retail Ice, the team in the yellow stones. They'll be throwing next here. They are sweeping this rock. Where's this one going to end up? They want it. Just make it very difficult for the red stones to count more than they do. They don't even count right now. That's a good guard. They'll end up just on the top of the 12-foot circle and just create more chaos in that part of the house. Let's see, what are they drawing up here? I think they might try and break the whole thing up here. Meanwhile, on sheet number 1, the score is 2 apiece between the Big Wheel Peelers, Cape Cod, and Curl On Down of Albany. Stolen end in the second. 4, curl on down versus stolen in the 4th. For the big wheel peelers. This stone is away now here on sheet number 4. Let's see. It is with plenty of weight. How is that going to end up? It's curling. It needs to curl a little more. It might hit that guard. That will just nick the guard. That is almost a really good shot. It has certainly opened things up, and it has made the situation a little more palatable. Those 2 red stones in the 4-foot circle could have the potential to knock out that yellow stone in the 4-foot circle if they make contact in the correct manner. I don't think there's enough weight you can throw to have that yellow stone be fully gone, but you can certainly have your stones be counting if they play the shot right. Now we're on just the skip rocks here in the 5th end. 2 to go for each team. Muller down the ice, getting ready to throw hers at the line. As it stands, it looks like it's yellow sitting 1. It could be red sitting 1. And they are very close. And I think from our camera angle, it looks like it's the yellow. Here's Muller now. Rock is away. No sweeping just yet, but they're getting ready. They're ready to sweep at a moment's notice. And inside sweep, outside sweep, just a little bit. They've gotten off of it. Muller does not want them to sweep this at all. It's got to curl. I think that has honestly, more than anything, promoted red to being in front here. They're certainly looking at it, trying to figure out who is in front so that they know how to play this next shot. But from our vantage point, the camera angle that we are afforded in-house certainly looks as though it is sitting 1 red right now. We are working on improving our system to where we can offer you overhead views of all sheets. That is something that we are working on. We're also working on improving the quality of these the video feed that you see right now. This is just cropped from the 4 view. This one right here, it doesn't look too good right now, but we're working on making the system better for a better viewing experience. Now let's see, this is going to be a difficult shot here. Caitlin's first in this 5th end. See what she has drawn up. There we go. This is very, very heavy weight here. Let's see how this one is going to end up. Got to curl just a little bit. Got to curl just a little bit more. Well, I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but it looks like it's still just the 1 to red. Are they thinking about playing a draw just in that little hole? Might be. We'll have to see. One rock remaining on each side here in this 5th end over on sheet 4. On sheet 1, there's still 4 left in sheet 5 on each end. Or end 5, rather. This is Muller's last in the 5th. They seem to think that it is a little heavy. They're not touching it so far. Weight does not need any assistance. They need some curl. This one's looking pretty wide. It's got to curl a lot at the end, and it's starting to track that way. They're not going to touch it. This might be just perfect. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. They've just shot that gap, got that into the house. Now sitting one yellow. That is an unbelievably impressive shot. And now, the plan is very clear for Caitlin Jazuski's team here. They need to get the double hit. If they hit right in the middle of those two stones, they will be sitting perhaps 3, perhaps 4. That shot just needed a little bit more roll to prevent it, but the shot is certainly there now. They can get it here. There is a significant possibility of the double, resulting in at least 3 points, perhaps 4, for Caitlin Jazuski's team. Very necessary at this stage in match. Down 9-0 in the 5th end. You need something to go their way here. This is the last stone of the 5th end. Very pivotal point in the match. Can they get back into it, or will it start to get further and further out of reach here? Very heavy shot here. Let's see. No sweeping yet. It is looking very wide, actually. Got to try and promote the curl. It is not going to do it. That's going to hit their own rock. And that will be just the one for the yellow, but it is still not what they wanted here. So after 5, that makes it actual retail ice 10, Team Januszewski, no score. End of 5 here in draw 4 at the Carosella. So right into end number 6 here. Actual retail ice with a commanding lead. Starting to seem a little bit insurmountable here without some very big ends coming. They're sweeping this one pretty hard here. This is about the fastest the ice will be. Need to make sure this one gets past the hog line. Should be there. Want to get it as far as they can. Just past the TV line. And now, Team Januszewski, they will try and draw that one in behind the guard. Kathy Brown steps up to the plate. Very smooth delivery. One could be over curling soon. They are sweeping this one. Weight could be the concern here. Yes, weight is certainly the concern. One is just gonna tap the yellow stone. Does not put it into the house, but when you're hoping for a draw behind it, that is not what you wanted to see. We're just going to watch this one go down now. No sweeping just yet. Plenty of weight. They want this one to land about the top of the 12-foot circle, and it does not seem like it's going to stop in time. Just a little too much on it, but in the button is not a bad result. Halfway down now on this next red stone. They're sweeping it pretty hard. It's starting to slow down significantly. Past the hog line. They might try to get it. They could certainly get it up there. That is just going to swing by that yellow stone in the house and up back of the 8-foot circle. It's looking very promising, but it just nailed off at the end. Next shot coming in from actual retail ice with the score 10-0 in their favor. Headed into the 6th end here. Plummer's delivery is very smooth. They're not going to touch it though. Muller seems thinking it has plenty of weight. All right, they're on it now. They're sweeping. Trying to get it there. It is past the hog line. One is probably just going to come in and freeze on that other one. Yes. All right. This is going to be ending around the center line, if I had to make a guess, based on this position. Lancaster's next throw here. Let the record show that there is soup available here in the warm room, but I will remain here and bring you all the action from sheet 4 here at the Schenectady Curling Club. This one is coming down very nice. Very well played. Going on here? Something. Not be very happy with the condition of the ice. And they're going to scrape it after these 2 matches are complete. So hopefully some of the concerns that the players are having will be addressed. All right. The plan is to have this one land right about at the top of the 4-foot circle here for Plummer. Let's see. No sweeping yet. They've walked with it the whole way. I want this one top of the 4-foot. No sweeping yet. They're sweeping now. They're sweeping on it now. They're going to see if they can't get it where they want it. Great sweeping effort here. And they're just going to have it come right there. Oh, just bumps that red stone. I'm really not sure who has the shot rock here. It is not clear. I think it might just barely be the red. But they're going to try. Have a bit of a bump going on here with this one. This is the 8th stone thrown in this 6th end. Both sweepers are on it here, trying to get it. They need this one to curl. I also need to get it there. They're trying to get it around that guard. It'll just get by. It actually did hit it, and that'll just bump that yellow stone. This is a party inside the 4-foot circle right now, and I was not invited. I have no idea who's counting and how many they are counting, but it is quite an interesting situation in the house. So then, the line is about a third of the way through the 12-foot circle. Let's see what we've got here from Carosella. Somewhat lackadaisical sweeping, but now they're going hard. They are really trying to get this one there. I think it will be past the hog line. Yes, it will be, and they're just going to leave it. Very high guard here. Try and maintain that position in the house. So that would certainly indicate that actual Retail Ice thinks that they are the shot rock right now, and they don't want the situation to be changed at all. Otherwise, you'd think that they'd want to do the hits. And instead, now here it's Caitlin Januszewski calling for the hit. I want to hit this red stone in front head on here. And then that should cause a lot of breakup in there, giving them what they need. Because the red stones will hang around and the yellow stones will be gone. And they might be sitting 3 here. And they're going to take a look. I want to make sure they get this right because they really need this. This is a moment where they can really take advantage and claw their way back into this one here. Really, they're going to need more than 3 rocks each end the rest of the way if they want to win. Down 10-0 through 5. Only 3 ends to go. Meanwhile, 2 steals in a row. For the Big Wheel Peelers, they are up 3-2 through 5 ends. 1 point scored in each of the first 5 ends in that match over on sheet 1. The team from Cape Cod up on the team from Albany. And now here's the throw. This could really make a difference here. They're sweeping it hard. They think it's narrow. They got to get it around. They got to get it around this high guard. They're sweeping so hard. It's through. It's through it all. It's through it all. What a hit. What a great hit. That is a lovely hit. They are now sitting 2 as from our vantage point. That is quite the effort there. That was about as good as they could have done there. The rock they threw hung out in the house. They got rid of 1 of the yellows, and they are sitting 2 now. If they can somehow get rid of that other yellow rock, they might be sitting 5, and they'd be right in this one here. A lot of intrigue in this 6th end. If you look at the scoreboard right now, you'd think this game is boring, but it has not been boring. It has certainly delivered a lot of interesting shots here, and that was a very good one. Here's the next shot on the way. No sweeping just yet. Halfway down the ice here. Curling in. Needs to curl a little more, I'd say. They're going to leave it. It's starting to slow down. That'd be about top 4 right now. Going to hit one of their guards. Not a lot of bumping going on there. Now this raises an interesting question here. What do you do if you're Team Januszewski? How are you going to get through to the house and get rid of that other yellow stone? If you can, you're in an incredible position, but how are you going to do that? They're going to try it. They're certainly going to go for it here. All right, they're going to try and go really tight up against this high guard. This will be very interesting. All right. Let's see here. They cannot, in any circumstance, touch that high guard for the yellow team. And if they do, then this shot will not work. This needs to be played incredibly aggressively, perfectly here. No sweeping just yet, but they're ready. Sweeping on the inside. Off now. Halfway down the ice here. It's got to curl. Needs to curl. It's coming really close. Needs to curl a lot at the end. I think it has a shot. It's got to come more. And it's just not going to come enough. And that'll knock their own stone out. Sitting just one. It's perhaps not the best decision with, that many rocks left to try and go for the shot then and there. With that yellow rock being such a danger rock, they could have attempted a peel, could have done all sorts of things to make sure that they had the best odds. But I don't know. Muller getting her first rock here ready in this sixth end. Rock number 7 for actual retail ice. He's got the line about 60% of the way to the outside of the 12-foot circle. And now, Bush is out of the hack. Let's see, about halfway down without a sweep. They're waiting, they're ready to go, and now they're starting to sweep. Not with a lot of urgency, but they are. Now they're just going to let it go here. This will be a guard, and this guard will be a lot deeper than the other one, preventing even more play in that area, trying to make sure that there's nothing that Team Januszewski can do to get rid of that yellow rock in the 4-foot circle. This is a very tough situation. A lot of discussion going on here. This is really one of their last opportunities they have to get back into this game. And they did win their first match last night against the Big Wheel Peelers, so to lose this one would not put them totally out of it, as they would be 1-1. But you'd think they would need probably to get better if they want to have a chance at the A final. You could have teams finishing 2-1, but I don't know. All right. This is Januszewski's it's only her first stone here in this sixth end. There are still 2 more stones to be played in this end, so it's not a be-all, end-all by any means, but you would certainly think this is like the last chance they've got. They are sweeping this one now. On the inside, trying to prevent the curl. Where is this one going to end up? Going to hit that yellow. And that is not what they needed. That is a lot of rollout on the end there. That is not exactly the end, but let's see here. As we see it, it is counting 1 to red, but 1 is not going to cut it with only 3 ends to go. 2 ends to play after this one is done. Down 10-0 here. All right, they've picked the line here. All the way on the outside edge of the 12-foot. They want to put it right in that 8-foot area. Try and limit any opportunity. They're going to take another look here. I think they're just going to play a high guard instead. Muller seemed to much rather have a high centerline guard, and that, yes, that is the play here. Muller has changed the shot, and so the line has now changed. It is just going to be a high centerline guard to prevent any weird plays with all those guards up in the middle. There is a little bit of a hole. You can't see it particularly well from the angle you are afforded, but there is a bit of a hole that could, in theory, be exploited that they're trying to cover up here. Last zone for actual retail ice here in the 6th end. No sweeping just yet. They're a bit lackadaisical. They're sweeping hard now, making sure that it is over the hog line. Which it is. It is over. I don't think they need to sweep it anymore. Well, they can try and get it up into that little hole. And they have done just that. That is a very good effort there. Great throw from Megan Muller. And good judgment on the sweeping. So now, just Caitlin Januszewski trying to figure out what shot to play. She sort of understands the futility of this at this point. Very, very, very good defensive play from actual retail ice. Even if they get the 1, that's still a very good result for them because they'll still be up 9 points. All right, Caitlin going down the ice. She's got the line. We'll see what the shot will end up being. Only thing I could think of would maybe be real heavy curl on the draw around the outside. Get it in, knock that red stone, hit the yellow one out, and then you're sitting maybe 3, but that is a tough ask for sure. A lot can go wrong. Although, at this point, enough has already gone wrong. All right. Last rock of the 6th end is away. Heavyweight here, sweeping hard. Both sweepers halfway down. Off it now. Here it is at the hog line. And they do not seem to think it has what it needs. They're going to try and sweep it in, and it might have enough, it might not. I don't think it does from our view. We'll have to see what they say. It might end up being 2 red, it might only end up being 1. That was a very well played shot for sure. What they were given, that's certainly a good effort. Just a couple more rocks to be thrown in the 6th end on sheet number 1. Score is still 3-2 in favor of the Big Wheel Peelers over Curl on Down. And looks like the teams have shook here after 6. So that'll do it here on sheet number 4. Actual retail ice gets the win. They will move to 1-1, as will Team Januszewski with a loss. So those teams are both 1-1, and then upon the conclusion of play on sheet number 1, we will see what they are at. And unfortunately, because our camera angles are not very well set up for sheet number 1, we're going radio style, I suppose. Just going to put up the Carosella poster because you cannot see a thing, unfortunately. So you can at least look at that. This one is probably going to end up going the distance here because it is only 3-2 through 5 compared to the other one, which was 10-0 through 5. We'll have to see. This is Curl On Down with the yellow stones and Big Wheel Peelers with the red stones. And the Curl On Down skip, which is Marilyn Goldstein, is going down the ice right now, ready to throw her rock. This is the last rock of the sixth end right now. Red sitting 3. So that would give Big Wheel Peelers a 6-2 advantage if this shot does not go well for Curl On Down. We'll have to see. This could be a very pivotal moment in this game. And the rock is out. Just past the hog line here. No sweeping yet. Halfway down. Starting to sweep now. Just a little bit. They're off it. They are trying to play a bit of a takeout shot here. They need to get lucky, I think. Well, it could go right through. Could go right through. Oh, it'll just contact. That'll be 2. They'll prevent the 3, but it will be 2. So that'll be a score of 5-2 in favor of the Big Wheel Peelers after 6 ends on sheet 1. Draw 4 of the 2022 Carosella. First stone getting started here in the 6th end. We'll take a quick break and get you back to the action here in the match between the Big Wheel Peelers and Curl On Down. Just 2 rocks thrown so far here in the 7th end. One is a center guard, and one is a far corner guard, about a foot away from the boards on the left side. Nice rock coming out here from the lead for Big Wheel Peelers. That Kathy Teixeira. That one will go all the way through. No score there. Still no rocks in the house. As now it moves on to Nancy Drischler for her second here in the end. This one thrown with plenty of pace. Let's see, this one, they're sweeping it from the outside and the inside now, about halfway down. Just about to the hog line at this point. It is starting to lose pace. Might just tap the guard. No, it'll swing on by. That'll end up just past the tee line. Just before the tee line, actually, in the 12-foot circle on the left side. And now the call here from the skip of the Big Wheel Peelers, Natalie Galligan, is to take that one out. So she'll line it up to the inside. It'll be a turn to the outside of the sheet on the left side. Gary Gentile lines it up here. Not played with a lot of weight. You would think that a takeout shot would have a little more weight. Now they've actually round this one in instead. It's not going to hit. I don't know if that was a missed decision or what. That one will come to rest towards the back of the 8-foot circle there. Just a touch to the left of the center line. And now the call then from the skip of Curl on Down, Marilyn Goldstein, is to take that one out. And this is a real takeout here. This one thrown with plenty of weight. No sweeping just yet. We're about a third of the way down. Half of the way down now. About to the Little Rock's house. And through that, just about to the hog line. Should miss that guard. Yes, it will. And will it hit the stone? Yes, it is going to hit it right on the nose. No sweeping necessary. Lovely takeout shot played there by Martha Neighbor. Very well played. So now Gentile's second here. Is this going to be just another takeout? It might be. All right, they're just about to take this shot here. This is the 4th stone for the Big Wheel Peelers. Pushes out of the hack with good pace. This will be a takeout shot. Gives it a good amount of handle. No sweeping just yet as it is halfway down the ice. Sweeping from the outside and inside. Off it now, trying to make sure it's around the guard, and it is. And is it going to hit? Yes, it will hit right on the nose, and that one will come to rest on the corner of the 4 foot. A good shot there. Just biting the 4 foot. Behind the tee line. Neighbors second coming up here. The rink out of Albany. Down 3 here in the 7th end. And here it comes. We've got another takeout. We've got many takeouts in a row here. And we're sweeping it pretty hard here. 2/3 of the way down, just about to the hog line. Off. No more sweeping here. How's this one going to end up? Is this also going to be right on the nose? Yes, indeed. We are just about halfway now. Just about behind the tee line. And it is biting the 4 foot, just barely biting. And it looks like we're going to see another takeout here. This time, instead of swinging in towards the center, No, never mind. It's going to be swinging in towards the center, like all of them have been to this point. So now then, pushes out of the hack. This is Candace Teixeira. And this one's got plenty of handle on it. I don't know. This one does not look like it's far enough to the inside. It'll hit the stone on the left side in the 12-foot. Take it out. That red stone will come to rest in the 12-foot towards the corner. About 6 feet deep in front of the hack. Sorry, in front of the button, excuse me. Now the play here is to throw one in the 8-foot circle out on the tee line on the right side. They're going to swap the sides here. Whereas to this point it has been mostly on the left side of this sheet of ice. They're going to move to the right side. Oh, let's see. And the question is, are they going to choose to come at it from the left or the right? They're going to come at it from the left side. So still swinging in from the same direction as all of these other stones so far this end. This one perhaps has a little bit less on it, but I don't think it has that much less on it. This is going to need to come down significantly here if they want it to be a good shot. It is starting to slow down significantly, but I think that they will be ready to sweep it out here. Well, it hits their own stone that was biting the 4-foot. Now they've got one in the 4-foot towards the back, just to the left of the center line, and one in the top, or in the back corner on the left side of the 8-foot circle. This is the final stone being thrown by Candace Teixeira. Plenty of pace. So another takeout. Looks like they're going to try to take out that stone in the 4-foot circle. They're sweeping this from the start. They swept it from the hack line, the hog line. They're going to get it all the way there. We're just about to the other hog line. They've gotten off of it. They seem to like the weight and the line. How's this one going to come out? And they're going to try and get the double. The stone on the left is going to be knocked out, and the stone on the right in the 4-foot is going to be instead of the very back left or back right end of the 4-foot, or 8-foot, with the red stone just thrown there by Teixeira being the middle of the 8-foot on the left side behind the tee line. Now here's the final throw then from Wendy Berger. Halfway down, no sweeping yet. They're still leaving it there. They seem to like the line. They're sweeping it now just as they've gotten past the hog line. Where's this one going to end up? It just nicks that red one that is in the 12-foot and comes in and takes out that red one that is in the 8-foot. Now yellow sitting 2 here with just the skip rocks to go. That is curl on down with a current 2-rock advantage, and they're going to need more if they want to get back into this one. Oh, then Natalie Galligan, get back to Cape Cod, coming down, getting ready to throw this stone here. It's looking like it is yet another takeout from the left side of the ice, taking out the stone that is biting the 4-foot. We'll see if she can deliver one here. It is thrown pretty hard. They are sweeping it from the hog line, off of it at the center line here, halfway down. It's way outside. It's going to need to curl in, trying to promote the curl with the sweep. Directional sweeping is going to get the job done, and they are going to get that one out of there. And so now that red stone that was just thrown is in the 8-foot circle just behind the tee line, half buried behind the red stone in the 12-foot circle. And there is a yellow stone that is still in the back, inside the 8-foot, just biting the line with the 12-foot, but almost fully in the 8-foot. So it would currently be, based on our view here, 1 counting for red, which is not going to be good enough for the team out of Albany if they want a chance to win here. So Goldstein takes off her gripper, steps into the hack from the left side, and ready to go here. The line that has been given is right on the button here. It will be an out turn. Thrown with pace. This is going to be another takeout shot here. From the third of the way down, they are sweeping the stone with all the great might that they have, trying to keep this one from curling over too much. What's it going to be? Trying to get it there. And it nicks the stone in the 12, knocks out the stone in the 8. And now it is yellow sitting 2 here. Yellow sitting 2 with only 2 stones to play, 1 for each team. And of course, curl on down, the team in yellow does have the hammer this end. So now it is Natalie Galligan stepping up. The lefty. Skip here for the big wheel peelers out of Cape Cod. Lined up again, right on the button. I think they're going to play another out turn takeout shot here. That is indeed what it looks like. It's off the center line. From the hog line, they are sweeping it. It could be over curling here. Could certainly be over curling. It does not seem to be in a very good spot. It's already past the TV line. It is only going further out here. That is a certain missed opportunity there. So now only 1 stone remaining here in end number 7, and it belongs to Marilyn Goldstein of Curl On Down. She knows the shot. She's just going to try and draw it in. It's very clear on the right side, so she draws it in anywhere inside the 8-foot circle. It is 3 points then for the team with the yellow stones, and that will tie it right back up, which would be quite a result there going into the last end, tied at 5 apiece. But she needs to make this draw shot happen in order for that to be the case. Oh, the stone is out. Seems like it's a little heavy. I don't know if they need to touch this. They are sweeping it from about a third of the way down. They know more than I do. I looked at sheet 1 all weekend. And the vice is coming up here. They're trying their hardest to get this one there. They just need it inside the 8-foot circle, trying to get it there. I don't think it's going to work. It is not going to get there. They do not have the weight to get it there, and that will be just the 2 points. Now for Curl On Down, they are down 5-4 through 7 on sheet 1 at the Schenectady Curling Club. So just 1 end to play here. Drischler for Curl On Down, stepping into the hack. And the shot to be played looked like it was a center line guard. They really need to score here. They need to get a steal of at least 1 point if they want to get the tie. Steal of 2 points or more would give them the win, and they are sweeping this from the start. This does not have great weight. They're trying their hardest, and they have given up because this one is not making it to the hog line. First stone for Drissler will go out of play. Now Galligan asks for this one to be in the 12-foot circle on the left side of the ice. As they see it, the right side as I see it. This one has certainly more weight than the previous shot, but is it too much weight? It might be. And this one will just roll a little too much. Holstein's going to sweep it. That gets swept out of the house. And it would certainly appear that way. Our angle over here isn't the best because of how we're in front of sheets 3 and 4, and this is sheet 1, but we're doing our best. And there is no video right now because you cannot see sheet 1 for many of the cameras that we have hooked up to this computer. Anyways, Drissler's second here is on the way. Third of the way, they start sweeping it. They're still sweeping at the halfway mark here. They have gotten off of it at about 70% of the way down. It has passed the hog line here on the far side. And this one will come down just to the left of the center line on the 8-foot. That's a good shot there. He's just biting the 8-foot, almost fully in the 12-foot, and is currently counting 1 to yellow. So a very heavy shot here. They're trying to play a takeout, sweeping it very hard from a third of the way down. They're trying to get this to not overcurl here. They're just taking out the rock that was just thrown. It might overcurl. Oh, and it's a good shot. And that red stone will hang out about in the center of the 12-foot circle in the top left corner of the house. Left win looking from behind the house. That is the terminology I will use for this end, because we are behind the house here. Ice prep getting done on sheets 3 and 4 right now. They are scraping the ice. Here's the next rock thrown by Curl down. It's Martha Neighbor the second. I think they're going to try and throw a takeout here of the stone that was just thrown by the big wheel peelers. Yes, this one has plenty of weight on it. Hog line, they are sweeping. They are sweeping really hard here. This one, hoping they don't overcurl it. It is already past the TV line here. This one might just hold on. They're going to sweep the red stone. All right. Looks like that yellow stone thrown is biting the 12-foot on the top left side of the house. And the red stone just thrown is almost fully over into the 8-foot from the 12-foot in the back of the house on the center line. Here's the next throw here. This one, and you're not sweeping it. They're almost cleaning it right before it gets to the hog line. I don't think it needs any more. It's going to come onto the center line here, right about top of the 8-foot circle. No, it'll be top of the 12. Top of the 12-foot circle, just a little bit to the left of the center line for the red. Currently red sitting 2 by our view here. Back in the warm room on the other side. Looks like it will just be a takeout from here. for Curl on Down. Martha Neighbor. Her final rock of this draw. And from the hog line, they are sweeping it. It is not thrown with immense pace for a takeout shot. They've gotten off it now. They need it to curl across the center line. And it's doing just that. They need to make sure that this stone they hit. Oh. Yes. So they have missed the stone in the front of the house. They have instead hit the stone in the back of the house. Back house stone is still biting on the back of the 12-foot circle. The stone just thrown is about just 3 or 4 inches to the right of the center line in the middle of the back of the 8-foot circle. Currently sitting 1 to yellow. Here we go. This stone from Gentile here. This one is far to the outside here. Is it going to come in? It does not look like it's going to come in. And it just misses. That one will slip through the house without touching a single stone. So just 4 rocks remaining on each team here in this 8th decisive end. The delivery then from Wendy Berger. Halfway down the ice, still no sweeping action. They're thinking about it. Just about to the hog line here. At the hog line, no sweeping yet. This one's going to come down. It's looking like it might hit the tee line. Just going to contact that stone. No, it sweeps on by. That one's in the middle of the 8-foot circle, just to the right of the center line. So now this is Candice Teixeira, her first of 2 in this 8th end. The 5th stone thrown by the Big Wheel Peelers. They're sweeping this one hard from the start. They're going takeout weight here. They've gotten off of it by the half line here. Just about to the far hog line. And this one will make contact. Hits that yellow stone that was up in the top of the house. Brings it to the back left corner inside the 12-foot. And then the rock that was just thrown is on the other corner, on the right back corner. I think biting as well. Here's the delivery from Berger. Let's see how this one goes. They're not sweeping it yet. It's halfway down. Trying to figure out if they need to sweep it. They have decided upon no for the time being. It is to the hog line. Here it comes. This one, I think, is going to land right just past the tee line. They have frozen it onto their rock in the 8-foot. They've got 2 in the 8-foot now, counting, I believe, 3. This would be a very, very impressive steal here. Down 5-2 after 6 ends. If they would win this game, that would be very impressive from Curl on down. Now here's Teixeira. It's Berger. Is it? Curl on down's not in the. Curl on down's not in the red. Really? Okay, well then I guess that ruins literally.
Everyone's name? The stakes are low. Very few crowd complaints. What if, what if you go up, they're going to call and ask you. I've been there.
So we have been given the information now that these teams have used the wrong colors the whole time. So the team in yellow is actually the big wheel peelers.
Oh, yeah, you.
So this is the big wheel peelers trying to come back then, so it would seem. You know, you thought that they were the ones trying to hold on to their lead and you know, kind of park the bus here, but no, they're the ones trying to come in here. Because someone didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to pick your stone color. That's okay. We'll live. This one is not going to get there. They've thrown a guard. Not going to get to the 12. It's about a foot to the right of the center line here. And it is still red, believed to be sitting... Sorry, yellow to be sitting 3 here. The red team does have just 2 rocks to go here and 1 to go for the yellow team. The yellow team who we now believe to be the big wheel peelers. It does say, for the record, on our sheet that we have up at the clubhouse that the team listed first uses the red stones, and this is A1 versus A2. A1 being the big wheel peelers and A2 being curl on down. So I don't know, but the big wheel peelers are in yellow. And this is curl on down. Curl on down out of Albany. Let's get Marilyn Goldstein there. Her second to last stone. Her team with the hammer here trying to defend the lead, but down 3 stones right now as it lies. About to the hog line. They have not touched this once. They're letting it go. They're just going to let it go. Sweeping it now. Into the house. Bounces. And they have promoted their stone inside the 4-foot. That stone that was at the top of the 12-foot circle. They have hit it right on the nose and promoted it right in front of those 3 for the yellow. That is a very well-played shot there. Hit it right on the nose. Got the promotion. And now instead of big wheel peeler sitting 3, it is come on down. It's curl on down sitting 1. Potential to put this one away. They're up 1 with the hammer here. This is going to be a difficult shot here. This is the final shot afforded to the big wheel peelers in this match. Natalie Galligan going to be one to take it. We'll have to see if they can make the shot here. They're going to try and hit their yellow guard at the top above the house. They're going to try and hit it and have it peel that red stone that was just promoted. Try and peel that one out. It'll be a very, very difficult shot. If they can hit it, it will be very, very impressive. We'll have to see. See 2 back-to-back very impressive shots here. That would be lovely. And, of course, none of you can see it because our cameras don't go over there yet. All right. Pushes out of the hack. Third of the way down. No sweeping yet. Halfway down. No sweeping yet. 2/3. Just about to the hog line. They seem to like it. It's got to come in. What is going to happen here? Oh, and it has just slipped by, missed everything, and that will do it. They have shook, and that will be it. Curlon down takes one in the 8th end. A final score of 6-4 over the Big Wheel Peelers. A valiant effort, but the team from Albany prevails over the team from Cape Cod. So then an update on Pool A, with the Big Wheel Peelers falling to 0-2. They're now in last place in this pool. Actual Retail Ice and Team Januszewski are at 1-1, as previously discussed, after their match on Sheet 4. And Curlon Down moves to 2-0 here in Pool A. So now that'll do it. They are currently scraping the ice, preparing it for another set of pebbling. Next draw to begin sometime around 2 p.m., but until then, thank you so much. Please watch for the next YouTube live stream to go up for draw number 5. We hope to see you then for Pool B and Pool C play. On all 4 sheets, we'll be back on Sheet 3 with our 4-camera view. Thank you so much. We will see you soon.